Hello. I-95 Games and the Intercontinental Group of Awesome presents Masks, Halcyon City. We are using playing a tabletop RPG, the Masks, A New Generation by Brennan Conway, put out by Magpie Games, one of my favorite games about young adult supers. That's two separate statements. It's one of my favorite games. It's about young adult supers. And we're using the Halcyon City Herald Collection because the city that Mask's default setting is Halcyon City, and we're using that, pulling as much of that in as possible. Other influences for this are the Hope Prep, which is actually like an Icons and Mutants and Masterminds high school supplement. We used that in a previous Masks game, and some of those characters occasionally filter over here, and they're also attending Hope Prep. And then, Mutants and Masterminds has so many cool pictures of heroes that I just can't help myself, because to me, comics are not only the stories, but the art. I'm sorry, but it's a graphic medium, so sometimes I will show pretty pictures that other people have drawn. And some of those other people are in this game. By some, I mean two. So we are in issue 5 of the Masks game. And oh, cool. Paul has just joined. He had to do a reboot, so hopefully everything's working. He was having a little bit of issues with Hangouts. And I don't see his picture popping on, so he may still have some issues. That stinks. We'll bring Paul in as soon as he is able to, actually, well, he's able to comment, so maybe he will play by text. I don't know. That would be a really slow game. Let's introduce our characters that are here. Alex, please remind us, who are you playing?
I am Unisha Upal, aka Armature the Brain. I'm currently trying to solve the problem of my creation/child.
That's not a problem, though, right? I mean, child Armature here, she can take care
She's
of it.
only 15, so it's, a bit early for that.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, it's a little early. I mean, wow. Good luck with that, Armature. Jan, please remind us who you're playing.
Hi. I'm playing Marcus Meyer, aka Atlas. He is a double playbook. He was suffering from some disease, and got some experiments done on him. And then he suddenly done some muscles, and also grew another 1.5 feet. So yeah, now he's a big, hulking, massive muscle.
Question, Jan, about Atlas. Who was it that performed these experiments upon you?
Well, it was he was forwarded by his doctor, who said, like, well, we're having some trouble paying for your medication and your treatments. There's a company that might be able to help you. It's experimental, but
so we haven't seen that group yet, then.
No.
Do we have a name for that group yet, or are you putting that in my hands?
I'm putting that in your hands.
And by my hands, you mean the Story Games name project, most likely. All right. Awesome. I didn't see any big medical group, although Aegis could be a thing that was involved in that, but probably not. So we will work on that. In fact, I think I'm going to go with Hanover Institute is where we'll go with that, because we already have some ties there. Does that sound cool with you?
Absolutely.
All right. So the Hanover Institute is the group that provided you with your current frame. Jen, hello. Please remind us who you are playing.
I am playing Ashley Banner with the Janus playbook. She's living 2 lives, one as Seraph and one as herself. She's a half angel and gets to fly around sometimes and also has a bit of a supernatural senses connection, which is kind of the B plot of having powers.
Yeah, the supernatural connections. Yeah, B plot. That reads. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Cool. And the last character, if Paul hopefully gets through tech issues, is Viridian, who is a legacy playbook. He has magic powers. Think of him as Doctor Strange's kid. That's kind of the quick, snapshot of Viridian. His father and his family all live out on Blackstone Island. And that's the last piece. Freedom City is the map that we're using, but occasionally we'll go in and tweak and rename things and stuff like that. By the way, Freedom City, coolest map for an RPG in modern day I've ever seen. I love it so much. They're like the coolest. There are streets named after comic book writers and artists. It's just so clever. This is lovely. We had last session, you guys went to Rocket Records for Teenage Gerbil Uprising's opening gig, and during the very first song, you had a power outage, and there was a fight with Seismic Prime, and you guys were able to defeat him after finding out that he was somehow being manipulated or controlled by Diffuse, the brain, our Armature's creation that has gone a bit wrong and thinks Armature is its mommy. And but that's fine. It's no problem at all. And so we begin this session. It's going to be, you guys, the gig was on the weekend, so it's a Friday night. It is Sunday morning when each of you will wake up. And I don't know if you are reading a blog or watching the local news on perhaps your parent or uncle or aunt's TV, but all of you see the news update from Halcyon City News, HCN, and there are shots of Coppertop, and you see the Spike, which is the supernatural, or the super, not supernatural, it's like the super powered prison system that Aegis, AEGIS, runs. That's kind of the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. of Halcyon City. Look at me, I'm all like shorthanding today, like every day. And so you see the Spike, and you see that Coppertop is there, member of the Transcendent Crusaders, everyone's favorite supergroup. And he is going in. He's like turning himself in, and there's a live reporter, Miss Finger, and she's talking about how Coppertop is remanding himself to the authorities, turned himself in for the massive property damage that happened in Southside just a few days ago during his pursuit of Safia. And there's a picture of Safia because, C-Bus is the news report thing. And Safia is there. Picture of her, like the trickster who, former heroine who now is like a blinking teleporter trickster who steals stuff and has a terrible name. And of course, there's like a little bit of the footage there from people's phones of the huge devastation that Coppertop had created. There's no pictures or video of him actually attacking Seraph and Safia, but it is pretty obvious from like the diner and the little cafe and the other things that you guys were involved in, of the many things, that the car crash, if you guys remember, all the things that Coppertop is now taking responsibility for as he turns himself in. And it goes from Coppertop and then cuts over to Crusader Tower, where Zion and Mambo and Avian are all seated at a table. You can see there's like a fourth seat at that table, and it's unfilled. Paul is with us. Fantastic. Hey, Paul. Good to see you, buddy. Awesome. So I'd already given the intro. Paul plays Viridian, our kid Doctor Strange. Just to bring you up to speed, Paul, everybody, now it's Sunday morning. You guys are, and you can tell me how it is you're getting the update, whether it's like a blog or YouTube or some kind of buzz which is our quote unquote social media, or actually on a literal television. Some people watch those things, where Halcyon City News is reporting that Coppertop has turned himself in, remanded himself to the authorities for the yeah, exactly, crystal ball. I love that. Remanded himself to the authorities, turned himself in for the massive property damage that he was responsible for. He's taking responsibility for that. And there was footage of him attacking Safia's car crash, the things that happened in Southside during that big tussle. And then it has just now cut to the Transcendent Crusaders Crusader Tower. And there's the leader, Zion, who's sitting there, cape, like total uniform, but he's sitting behind like this conference table, kind of at the head. He's got that executive chair thing going on. You see the Transcendent Crusader symbol behind him. And then, of course, it's on the table, hashtag marketing. And then we have Mambo, who's there. She very, very, very rarely comes on, does any interviews whatsoever. She's making an appearance, as well as Avian still has the wind shearing face mask on. And then there's the empty seat where Coppertop would have sat and has sat in previous versions, especially on the animated series that's shown on Cartoon Network in heavy repeat. And Zion says, I just want to take the opportunity to say that I think that Coppertop did the right thing by remanding himself to the authorities. The Transcendent Crusaders legal team will work diligently to make sure that the law is applied correctly and fairly to our good friend, our heroic friend, who has made a mistake. And also, I'd like to announce that the Transcendent Crusaders are donating $5 million to the reconstruction of the businesses on South Side. And we're also, not only are we throwing money at the problem, we're going to throw our backs into it. And so I am announcing right now that the Transcendent Crusaders and any of the Crusaders fans and friends who want to come down to South Side, we're going to work diligently to clean up the streets. And you guys are more than welcome. Come down. We will be there in 1 hour. And anyone who wants to come down and peaceably help to repair the damage that a member of our family has caused, to make amends, to show that the Transcendent Crusaders as an idea, as a group, as a movement, are here to serve Halcyon City. And then there are a couple questions, and he gives very general answers. They're very warm and cordial towards Coppertop, but we love the sinner, but we hate the sin kind of approach, where he talks about responsibly pursuing villains and making sure that bystanders are kept safe. And in this instance, Coppertop made the wrong choice, and we are going to make sure that the full extent of the law is applied fairly here. And then the interview is cut short. So we start off with Armature. Where is it that you are viewing this bit of news update that happened Sunday morning?
I think I was peckish, so I came down from my workshop into the store, and they've got a little TV set up, so whoever's working can watch the thing. It's tight. It's not flat screen or anything. It's a proper box.
Oh yeah. It's like one of those TV boxes that you mounted. They used to just have it up on top of a drink cooler, but you insisted they mount it to get an angle. Yeah, no,
I've wanted to replace it, and it's killing me inside that I haven't been allowed to replace it. But they have sentimental value over it, so
nice.
It's nonsense. So
your aunt Benita, she addresses you. Can you believe this? Oh, that guy. I hope they bury him. So bad.
I'm shoving food into my face. This ice must be. It's publicity. It's free publicity. They're just using. I have to go back up to the. I grab another packet of crisps or
Nice.
potato chips.
Cool.
Pile it onto the mound. I'm kind of wrapped up in tentacles. And
Cool.
Ugh.
We will cut to Atlas. Atlas, where were you watching this news update?
You see Atlas in the gym of Hope Prep, and he was sort of spotting for someone, but like he's distracted and looking at the TV like, so you see someone underneath him struggling a bit.
Nice. Yeah, there's like a Hope Prep football player who's kind of bulky, but of course there's like racks of weights on either side. So he's like, little help here, man. And then
Like,
you, of course, reach it like one hand.
Yeah.
Like one hand pull it up, of course.
And
the
then,
guy sits up and he like slaps his hands like he just did something awesome.
Yeah, good work. Keep going. I have to go.
He's like, "Hey, you were in that thing with Copper Top, right? Didn't he throw you through a building?"
Yeah, that was me. I have to go now. Bye.
Cool.
Go
and
to
then
the front desk and like, I need to take the rest of the afternoon off. I need to do something.
cool. Yeah, you it's your job, but it's also like a kind of easy breezy thing. So sure, you can take off. Cool. So let's cut over to Seraph. And not only are we going to get this update, but we have a thing when time passes that I want to do with you. So do you want to do the when time passes first, and then we do the TV update thing?
Yeah, let's do it. I've got a sort of idea of how I want to intro this, but it's not gelled yet. Maybe
All right,
when
cool.
time passes will help.
For the Janus, when time passes, you roll plus your mundane to see how you're managing your obligations. Now, remind us, what are the real world obligations that you have as Ashley Banner?
Ashley Banner's obligations are getting in some good band practice, keeping her schoolwork up, because you'd be super, but your grades have to be at least okay, and spending time with Lisbeth LeBlanc, her significant other.
Nice.
So let's see how Ash has been juggling that. Good.
Nice. On a 7 to 9, you've lapsed on one obligation. On hit, things are going well. That's a hit. You have an opportunity or advantage thanks to one of your obligations. We'll move into that in just a minute. Please, which of your civilian life, band practice, schoolwork, or significant other have you been... you haven't given your normal life anywhere near the attention... you've lapsed on one obligation. That's what it says. Sorry.
Right. All right. It looks like I have not been paying Lisbeth enough attention.
Oh, thank you, randomizer. You have chosen for me the best of all of those options.
So, So I might be at Lisbeth's place trying to make up for not seeing her all week, or I might be camped out somewhere as Seraph and catching this TV report somehow.
I super love you camped out as Seraph. Like that sounds good. We'll have you trying to make it up to Elizabeth soon, I'm sure. So you're camped out as Seraph on a Sunday morning, wings out, all costumed up. And where in the city are you? Are you near home, or did you fly far away?
I mean, I usually end up a bit far from home when I'm doing a solo patrol, just because I want to open up and actually get some real flying in.
Sounds good.
So
let's say that you're actually within sight of the spike. Like you were able to see when Coppertop turned himself in. So you got the live footage, and you see the Halcyon City news van there, all the press that showed up. This was definitely not a thing where he secretly showed up. It was a thing. It was almost an appointment type deal. Remand himself to Aegis authorities, all that good stuff. And so we've resolved your win time passes. Now with a hit, you gain. Things are going pretty well. You have an opportunity advantage thanks to one of your obligations. So let's talk about that real quick. So we would either be from the band or be from schoolwork. The band thing could be that you guys, you get a call for another gig. That when you guys actually performed at Rocket Records, that there were some people there who thought Johnny Rocket passed you guys your names around. Does that sound good with you?
That does sound pretty cool. I don't have any alternative ideas for a schoolwork-based opportunity. Plus, that way, Viridian also benefits.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you're getting a little text message there from Johnny saying, "Hey, are you guys free to play at this house party on Tuesday or something?" So yeah, that's what we get for you. So let's catch up with Viridian, who is our legacy. Hey, Paul.
Howdy.
Cool.
I am here.
All right. So where is it that we catch up with Viridian and where he sees the news report that's going on about Coppertop?
I think he's sort of lying on his bed, and there's a TV in his room, and he's flipping around channels, but he's doing it by snapping his fingers instead of using the remote.
Neat. I like that.
And then he comes on this report.
Awesome. So this report comes through. You also have, as a legacy, a when time passes maneuver. So whenever time passes...
Isn't this like the next morning from having just checked in with my dad? That's why I thought.
Yes, I mean it's 3 days later, but
okay,
we
cool.
mentioned in
That's
feedback
fine.
last session you guys were interested in it, so that's the only reason I was going to throw it out there. It's if you think that by checking in with your dad we've obviated the need for the role because it's only like 3 days later, I'm cool with that.
No, it's fine. I'm happy to roll it. I just wanted to make sure that we were on the same page because
we're on the same page for timeline. Yes. So you met with your dad Friday morning. You guys had the show Friday night. It's now Sunday morning, so it hasn't been long.
All right. So before I roll, I have to
gotta ask some questions.
Ask the other players these questions. So all of you get a chance to act on this. Have I been upholding the traditions of my legacy?
What are the specifics of your legacy? What are the traditions?
Well, yeah, that's just in general, being a hero and using magic, I guess, and kind of being fancy and a little bit snooty when called for.
Okay, yeah. If it means being snooty, then you have been upholding the traditions of your legacy.
You have superheroed and snooted.
All right. The next one is, have I maintained the image of my legacy?
There's been a bit of a glitching of magic.
Yeah, I think that one for me reads pretty well as a no, especially after the Orange Julius incident.
And the light. Don't forget the mirror ball.
Well, yeah, but yeah. And the last one is, have I made the other members of my legacy proud?
Yeah. Your dad did say he was proud of you like last session, didn't he?
He did.
Or your mom?
And your mom
did.
Yep, mom and dad both giving the proud thumbs up there.
She steps aside like you do a thing.
So I will I'm rolling plus savior -1. And so here I go. For some reason, Roll20 won't load on my tablet today because I'm in a technological shithole.
Yeah.
Sucks, dude. I'm sorry.
So -1 is built in this roll. A miss.
Okay. So the good news is that you get a potential, which in this game is an XP.
Yes.
On a miss, something you did stirred up the hornet's nest. Expect several members of your legacy to meddle with your life.
Yay.
Several.
Awesome. Cool.
That is so what I wanted to hear.
Yep. So we catch up with Atlas, who left spotting to head out. Where were you going, Atlas?
You see him jogging through the streets, and then you see him arrive at his home, which we've seen before, and just goes straight up the stairs, plunks down on the bed, reaches underneath, and pulls out his suit.
His
And
suit.
starts-
We rarely see the suit because you're always surprised when I throw things at you. You never carry that thing around.
So and he's like, but you know, where other people have like like some people can snap their fingers or whatever, do a fancy, and now you see Atlas going like taking off his shirt, putting the skin tight suit on, and like and then the boots, and then he heads out the door again, and basically starts going towards where the repair works were going to happen for fans.
Oh, nice. That's so cool. So yeah, Atlas, you head down to Southside, where the big debacle happened, which is only a block or so from Dimitri's house. And who else do we find there? Armature? Are you doing any of this Transcendent Crusader stuff? I imagine that Atlas would have at least given you the heads up that he was headed there.
I think I would like to go on the kind of our group channel communications things like, have you guys all seen this? Such a publicity stunt. They're just getting 5 million. That's like nothing to them. That's like shouldn't change for their advertising budget.
Some of the damage was caused by us, and I'm going, man. I fell into that coffee shop.
Fine. See you then, 5.
I'm already suiting up.
Cool. And I assume Viridian, you hear about that as well.
Yeah, and I'll teleport over.
Nice. What about Seraph?
I am definitely heading there.
Nice. You guys all arrive near to the same time. You're suited up. You're looking great, helping out. Halcyon City News is here covering it. It's very festive. A lot of people coming in, moving rubble and the like. There was quite a bit of destruction, a bunch of windows that are tarped over and the like. And so, yeah, this is the thing. Maybe we do a little bit of like a montage, except it's in comic book form. So it's just like several frames or several
Maybe
panels.
a collage. Yeah.
Is it a collage? Like I started to say
It's kind of not, but
yeah, but
yeah.
okay. Yeah, it's good. Like our montage collage thing of several panels, you guys doing some effort. What is the thing we see Atlas doing to help out? Like it's got to be lifting some super big thing, right? Or pushing something up. Like what are you imagining is the panel we see of Atlas helping out?
I mean, I think specifically like he's pushing something up to like put the walls back into the coffee shop, and like he's working on the coffee shop because he's still like, yeah, that was me.
Coffee shop guy looks at you. He's like, he sees you. I see you. I see you. But then you're pushing up the wall, and his wife comes up and like talks to him, and he goes back and makes some other coffee. What is the thing we see Armature doing using her like super science or tendrils or something that helps out?
I think I'm like, well, for just the montage, I think she's like got out some sort of analyzing thing, you know, like some sort of small phone, but it's like projecting out like a large tablet-sized screen, and she's you know, like got like a projection of the block of the buildings around, and is like pinpointing things, and maybe also gesturing with multiple tentacles at different people, like, you know, that over there, you know, prodding somebody on the shoulder and go, those over there, yeah.
Nice. Yeah, she's like framing out everything using her brain powers to help direct all the flow. What about Seraph? What do we see from Seraph? How's she helping out?
Probably varyingly clearing rubble or getting things to and from places for people, you know, delivering something to construction workers who are up in scaffolding.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, you're like bringing up some lunch, like some takeout from one of the local places, and they're up like on an I-beam or something, traditional construction worker symbol. They're thanking you. And I'll insert this before we ask what Viridian's doing. You see people, they're all wearing the like Transcendent Crusader t-shirts, and there's a special color version of the Transcendent Crusaders in authorized merchandise for the helping out Halcyon City. And that's even the thing, like helping out Halcyon City, Transcendent Crusaders, and good to our word, and, you know, promises kept, and other BS like that. And then we go to Viridian. What is it we see Viridian doing to help out?
I think, one thing first. Before I zipped over here, I would have texted Ruby Fontaine from the school paper.
Oh, yeah, so cool. Yeah, she doesn't show up in a van, but like she shows up in her dad's Yugo or something. And she's totally excited about this and covering this. Yes, so what do we see with Viridian after he texts Ruby and shows up on the scene?
Then, like, I think basically I'm using my magic powers to like stabilize things. So like I'm holding bricks together so that they can mortar in between them, you know, and that sort of thing. I imagine my hands kind of out, and there's a not quite a visible, but you know, that sort of almost heat mirage kind of sense of power between me and the wall, as just, or whatever it is, just stabilizing it so that the workers can do their work without stuff falling on them.
Yeah, I think it's maybe like we do the normal thing in threes, right? We show one with Viridian who's like holding up this brick thing, and they're slathering in all of the mortar to get things go. We show another thing where Viridian's lifting up some stuff out of where it had fallen. On the third one, he's wiggling his fingers, and there's like this little kid who's in the Transcendent Crusaders t-shirt. He's like maybe 6 or something. He's wiggling his fingers, sitting right beside you, like he's doing it too. And then, but he's not doing that.
That's awesome.
Cool.
That's awesome.
Sweet. So we show all of this, it's like a page and a half worth of you guys' hard effort. You're a little bit sweaty, all the work. Well, Armature's not exactly sweaty. She mostly just told people what to do. But you guys all gather together. You're having a little bit of lunch. It's catered by the coffee shop that now has a wall again. And it's like, like the grilled sandwiches kind of thing, and bagels and stuff like that. And so you guys are all seated. Are you seated at a table? Or are you like up on a building? Like, where are you guys munching together?
I mean, I vote Ruth, but that's me.
Hashtag on brand.
It's where we hang out.
Sweet. All right. So you guys are on the roof. We'll say it's even the same roof where Seraph had protected Safia from getting blasted, and well, kind of got blasted, and there was a lot of blasting. Let's just say Coppertop did a lot of blasting there. So it's up on that roof. You guys are munching away, and you hear from below. He's like, "Hey, guys!" And you see it's Ruby Fontaine, and just check your phones.
I
check my phone.
Yeah.
didn't
Cool.
I didn't bring my phone.
It doesn't fit in the skin tight suit.
Yeah.
Like, it's
I
not like you have an
bring up
extra
my little
dimensional
holographic
space.
display that brings out a large, you know.
Oh, that's so awesome. So yeah, the first thing you see is like it's a rooftop that isn't far from here. Like you can actually see in the distance, you can see the messed up O and Rocket Records from the fight, and someone steps into the camera, and they're wearing these like pink goggles, like oversized pink goggles, almost like you would use to like with a blowtorch or something, but there's also some kind of modification to them. And Seraph, you know this like in a heartbeat. That's Lisbeth. And she steps in front of the camera, and then you hear a clunk, clunk, and there's a person in a powered armor suit, but they don't have their face covered. And you recognize Armature. This is Hazit, your cousin. But he's in this kind of, it's like Iron Man meets the powered armor suit from Aliens kind of deal. So it's got the extra long legs, and it seems pretty clunky, but there's a pretty heavy amount of armament on it. And then also stepping into the frame, wearing these very day glow type of armor with these gauntlets on, is Eunyoung Kim. And you see that like on her armor, like, flashes, and it says glow burn on it for a second.
Oh, please don't say. Please don't say. Oh.
And then floating down from above and landing in front of all of them is it appears to be an Indian girl, slightly younger than about the same age as you, Armature, actually. And Viridian, you recognize this is your cousin Kavita, another potential member of your legacy. And she addresses the camera and she says,
"Oh, don't say it."
Halcyon City Guardians. You think you're special? We're Destructors. We're here to show you you are nothing. In 2 hours, we are going to level Rocket Records. Let's see if there's anything you can do about it. Shh. And the camera pops off again.
Okay,
Well,
guys. I need
Atlas,
some
I
help.
was expecting transcendent youth or something, so slightly better.
Worse.
First of all, that was my friggin' girlfriend. And second, was it Destructors or Destructorers? Because I had some trouble with that.
It was a weird font. It's like that guy's been sacked.
Both aren't great names.
No.
What is my idiot cousin doing?
What is my idiot cousin doing?
Oh,
Who's got?
I pointedly look over and like, is this more of your little things? Making people do weird stuff?
no, it's not. I don't think it is. It's probably not. I'll check.
No, it's not. I don't think it is. It's probably not. I'll check. So
It's a good
Is there
progression.
anything from the? If I play back the recordings, is there any like signs of any of my tech?
Oh, great question. So
I
why
want
don't you?
specifically that suit
That suit seems real familiar. Yeah. Looks a lot like the kind of tech that you and your cousin created, stuff he made up off of your schematics before. I took it a different direction, right? Because he doesn't have to replace limbs. It's all exoskeleton stuff. But yeah, it looks real familiar.
Damn it, I'm revoking his
I'm
access
just
to the
asking
computer.
because Un loves the record store, and I don't think she would normally suggest to level it.
Has Kavita shown any signs of potentially being a sociopath before?
No, she's like in line to be the next member of the legacy, and Sister Occultist thinks she's really got the right stuff. But you wear the mantle because your dad said that you're the right choice now.
Oh, God. All right. So what's our plan, guys?
Check for
Well, they
tentacles.
They threw down the gauntlet. We've got to respond.
Yeah.
But we don't actually want to hurt any of them, do we?
God, no, please.
I mean,
Are they?
Seeds could use a slap upside the head, but yeah, we don't want to hurt anyone.
So, do we suspect they're just going to camp out in front of Rocket Records for that whole 2 hours? Because that would actually be kind of great for us. It leaves us half an hour to plan.
That would be good to go in with a plan.
The door to the roof opens up, and Ruby Fontaine comes running up to you guys, breathlessly. Oh my god! Oh my god! Okay, I just ran up. Like, are you guys going to fight them? And if so, I want exclusive rights to report on that. Is that cool?
Well,
we don't have any authority to give exclusive rights to, like.
I mean, you can have an interview if you like, but I mean, we can't. They broadcast that to the city. I think they might draw some press.
Listen, Ruby, you can come with us as long as you stay out of trouble. How's that?
Yes.
Okay.
Sarah, if your phone buzzes, it's your Ashley SIM card.
Yeah. I reach back and pull it out.
It's from Lisbeth. It's 2 words, not me.
I like stare at it for a second, and you can't tell that I'm doing the big eye thing right now, but
we like doing like a transparency of the wings for a second.
Right, like that's how the panel looks.
Yeah.
Like in animation, this would be a bit simpler because you can just have the wing emote where they, sort of rear up a little and twitch.
Question mark?
Question mark. They have a mind of their own, and usually it's smarter than me. I'm like, 1 second, you guys. And I'll like step away and try to call Liz.
Cool. She answers it on the first ring. Hey, can you talk?
Yeah.
That's not me. I just saw it. That's not me.
Oh, thank goodness. Where are you?
I'm at home. Not that you'd know.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Just remember, balance, work, and life. Balance, work, and life.
I know.
But I'm not here to nag you. I just wanted you to know you can kick that girl's ass because it's not me.
Okay, well, thank you for permission. I'm gonna have somebody else do that because I just can't.
Okay, well, that is kind of nice to hear.
I can't. I'd melt. It's bad.
That's adorable.
Um,
Okay, you're forgiven now.
Okay. We
We're
should
good.
we should do a thing.
Yes, please.
Okay.
So take care of that thing, and then later, maybe we go see a movie?
Absolutely. Pick something out.
Okay, working on it. Fandango. Pulling up right now. Good luck.
Nice. Thank you. Bye. And then I like turn around. What kind of looks am I getting right now?
I'm just staring at you, waiting for you to get off the phone and tell me what's going on.
I'm trying to hack into some satellites to get basically to hack into the suit.
Wow, awesome. That sounds amazing. I think you're trying to unleash your powers.
Okay, I'll be doing that while you guys are.
What was that?
So that was somebody that I know letting me know that the destructors, those are simulacra.
What?
Googling simulacra. All right, got it.
They're not
All
the
of
people that they look like. At least one of them.
we but at this point, Jen,
You should try
we
to
all
get
know
a
you're
hold.
Ashley.
Oh
We
yeah,
all
you
know
all.
you're Ashley.
But Ruby's
Yes,
right here.
Ruby's right here.
Oh, that's right. Thank you.
Yep.
So at least one of them is not
Mm-hmm.
who they appear to be.
Calling her seats.
Cool.
Calling Kavita.
All right, so you call a seat, and we hear in the background there's like.
Wait.
Nice. In the background we hear some like kick-ass Bollywood music playing. It's like playing maybe like on a TV or something, and it sounds like he's in his garage, and he has you on speaker, and he's like, "You're on speaker. Go ahead."
Are you currently being an idiot in a power suit?
Then we cut to him, and he's got this like arm. Mechanical arm that he's working on soldering, but it's like barely been started, and he says, "No."
Can I bring up like little drone cameras that I've set up around?
Of course you can. He's literally got an arm that he's been working on. That's all he's got. He doesn't have like a chassis or anything else. No. You just see him work on a rudimentary arm. It doesn't look anything like the arm of the Hazit power suit that you saw before.
It's adequate. Okay. Well, it's not you. Okay. Bye.
Okay. He taps his phone and gets back to soldering.
It's not him.
Sorry, I was talking to Kavita while he was talking to Hazit.
Oh, sweet. How do you reach out to Kavita? Phone or magic or what?
Phone, I think, is the easiest.
Cool. Couple rings. Sounds when she answers, it sounds like she's moving somewhere. Like you can hear a little bit of wind. She's not in a wind tunnel or anything. It just sounds like she's moving. Hey, cousin.
I have a very important question for you, Kavita.
Mm-hmm.
Are you a destructor?
I don't know what that is, but I think no.
Where are you?
I'm on a bike ride.
Anywhere near Rocket Records?
Where is Rocket Records?
Okay. Listen, do me a favor, just for my peace of mind. Check in with my folks and let them know where you are. And stay in touch with one of them for the next couple hours. Something really weird is going on, and someone is claiming to be you as a supervillain.
Huh. Is that what a Destructor is?
I think that's what they said. Yes, it was a clever team name of some sort.
That sounds pretty dumb. Okay.
Yep. But please check in with my folks, and
You need any help?
it should be fine. I've got my team with me. Yeah. And let's get together maybe next weekend. Have some cousin time.
Okay.
Cool. Thanks.
Be safe.
Kavita.
Be safe, cousin.
Yep. And then after I hang up with her, I will dial Union and hand the phone to Atlas.
Oh, that's right, because Atlas does have a thing. Cool. So, yeah, there's like a couple of rings, and then you hear a sleepy, "Good morning."
You see, basically, Atlas go like, wait, why do I have to? Oh, hi. Hello.
Atlas, good morning.
Uh,
How are you? Funny
um,
hearing from you. I didn't know you had my number.
You see, Atlas go like, I didn't.
It's like a picture of Onion Kim. She's got you on speakerphone. She's now plugging Viridian's number in and putting a picture she snapped of you, thinking this is now Atlas's contact number.
She would. Oh,
Oh,
she's
you
in the
use
band,
Viridian?
right?
Oh, that's true.
I used
Yeah.
my own.
Yeah, no. Okay, sorry. I was thinking Viridian may not be the same as Anil, but yeah, so she knows the difference. So she's not doing that. Sorry. Okay, that was in the scrap. That editor's note, that didn't actually happen. So back to you. Sorry.
Yeah. So yeah, Viridian handed me his phone, and there's like another look of, why me? And then,
What
are
did you want to talk about? If you had breakfast, I could meet you for breakfast. Or lunch, if you like brunch. Do you like brunch? I like brunch.
I just wanted to make sure that you're not. Wait, where are you right now?
I'm working out. And you see a picture of her in her bedroom, like TV's on.
Are you working out at Rocket Records?
They have a gym at Rocket Records? No, I was just there. I played there. You saw me. They don't have a gym. Why would I be working out at Rocket? I don't understand.
Just don't go to Rocket Records today, and stay safe.
Oh, thanks. I will.
And then
So that's a no on the
back.
brunch.
I already hand the phone back and like.
And like we have the like the little sound waves on the image of the phone being handed back. That's a no on the brunch. Oh, okay.
I think just as he gets off the phone, I'm like, and there. As I
Hang out before
successfully
breeding.
hack through into an Aegis satellite to take control. Or
Oh, well, let's see how this goes.
Traits suit. I got an 11.
Oh, you got an 11. Okay, on an Unleash Your Powers, on a 10 plus, on a hit, you do it. On a 7 to 9, you mark a condition or a GM tell you how it's affected, it's unstable or temporary. So you start the intrusion. You're able to locate it. They, you don't know if it's they, but that suit, you're able to localize it. It has just enough of your kind of co-developed software protocols that you and Hansa had created way back in the day. He's kind of the Wozniak, you're the Jobs. I don't know, or maybe the other way around. It's slightly different. Like the kernel has some changes and alterations to it on a primal level. The functionality is different in ways that you two had never discussed before. And so it's going to take some time to actually take it over, but you have a ping on it. You know exactly where this suit is. And by the way, it is like a war machine. This thing has missiles, has a Gauss rifle, and it is sturdy as all hell.
Atlas, how are you against rockets?
I don't know.
Well, today's the day.
What?
The suits, it's pretty heavily armored. I mean, I've started to get into these systems, but, you know, 2 hours, maybe I'll be in control. Or, you know, we'll see.
Wait, are you like hacking that power armor right now?
Well, yeah.
Like Seraph does the quiet what sort of thing.
Yeah.
Do you think I get trouble with Aegis for hacking a satellite?
Yes.
Probably.
Okay, I won't tell them then.
So, okay, you're doing that.
So what else have we got to work with? We got, I mean, if their powers are like their counterparts, we got light-based, we got magic, power suits. Am I missing anyone?
I'm not sure what your basis for this is.
I'm just going by the real-life versions of these people. I mean, does
No.
Elizabeth have powers?
I haven't ever seen any. No. I step in so that.
I'm assuming Ruby's gone.
Yeah. Oh no, Ruby's still here, isn't she?
Yeah.
Oh, she's super here.
Okay, can I use one of my little gadgets to just make a sound bubble? So she's like, she can just can't hear us anymore. Well,
I can't hear you guys anymore. It's like you have the sound bubble around you, and she's trying to ride on her.
Sound bubble around her.
Oh, around her?
Yeah, that seems easiest.
So
Just walk forwards and then just come into it.
It's a moment where she like looks up, she can't hear, and she's really confused and starts scribbling down.
I think a holographic message just goes on the inside of the bubble saying, "Do not panic."
Everything is fine. Okay, cool. You guys can continue with your conversation. Poor Ruby.
So Lisbeth, she has no powers, right?
No. I'm sure she'd tell me if she did.
Kavita actually does have some mojo, but we haven't worked together for a while. I don't know. But yeah, if they're pretending to be Kavita, there's some mojo involved. For sure.
So, do we go to talk to them?
Well,
I mean, if one of them is piloting a serious war machine and okay, stop doing that to Ruby.
okay, sorry. Little bold.
Wow. Okay, that was weird. What I miss?
Just some technobabble stuff.
Yeah.
If one of them is powering a serious war machine, frankly, I'd like to try and get them separated before we engage.
How do we do that?
I have no idea.
I don't think they're anything like their counterparts.
From the schematics or from the hack that I've started, can I get any idea of like what equipment beyond weapons? Does it have rocket boots?
Oh, of course he has rocket boots. Like, it started with rocket boots. The whole design is predicated on rocket boots. That's why there's like this. There's a full-on rocket. Like, he can get stratosphere level in that thing.
How separate do we want? I can definitely. I think I can get one of them separate.
As long as we don't have to face down a serious war machine and 3 unknowns at the same time,
Yeah.
that would be a bit easier. I mean, we could always try engaging with them and then splitting up to see if they follow us, but that's hard to control. Sup, Atlas?
Shouldn't we just try talking first?
Sure. We might learn something. I'd love to hear exactly who these people are.
And what are our options? Clone, alternate reality, disguise, robot.
Could it be illusions?
Maybe. Yeah.
Not magic.
Well, I mean, at least one of them isn't an illusion because Minisha hacked it, but
Oh, right.
yeah.
So, do you guys mind if I go with like a mirror theme with the article? Because it really seems like that's what's going on.
Do what you
I
want.
don't really know what the one girl with the crazy goggles is, but I recognized Glowburn from Teenage Gerbil Uprise. That's Son Young Kim, and then we've got the Machine Man, and then we've got Magic Girl. Like, it totally seems like a thing. Is cool if I go with that, right? Like, that's not gonna affect any secret identities.
Don't write before you witness. Is going to be my advice to you. And these individuals aren't who they appear to be. We've gotten in touch with Eunyoung Kim, who's in Viridian's band, and she's at home.
Okay, right. Sure. True. Okay. Yeah. She starts scribbling down.
Yeah, let's not disparage anyone before we've, assessed the situation.
Well, imitation is the
Also-
highest form of flattery.
Also, I pat Ruby on the shoulder. I'm like, I think that it's best practices to keep the names of minors out of any article that might implicate them in something criminal.
Wow. This has got to be terrible for young heroes. But you're right. Sort of. But Glowburn, I can totally say Glowburn. So I'll do that. And
God, it's just right on the shirt, too.
Destructors. So did they literally say Destructors?
That's what it
It's
sounded.
unclear if it's destructors or destructors or.
Sounds like a zoo.
Gross. Cool. So, GM asking, what do you guys want to do?
I think we're going to talk to them
Yep, I think so.
and then separate them. If that's the problem. If it's escalates.
Yep.
Sweet. Good. So then, looking at time, I think this will be our first break.
Right.
Oh, good. Yeah, it's a little early, but this seems like a good break point.
Yep.
Cool.
So it's 29 after. Let's take a 7-minute break. So we'll see you guys at 36 after.
Cool.
For a moment there, I almost said, "Oh, well, Paul's not back yet." But then, how would we know?
Maybe he's not back.
Maybe he isn't. Very excited. In January, I'm going to be running in my Star Wars Saturdays series that I normally do. I actually am running Primetime Adventures. Do you guys remember that from the weird hospital game that we played way back in the day? It's been a while since I played that game. And now that Roll20 does cards, I think I just want to give it a shot. It's only 4 sessions. I really like a full series, 7 to 9 episodes. But Gauntlet likes to run a new game every month, kind of thing. So give it a shot.
I'm back.
Yay! Welcome back. We pick up with the brick facade, and it's one of those where, like, you can see that it used to be a drugstore long time ago, but it no longer is, and so you still see the silhouette, like the shadow of the sign that was above the front level, and it looks like it's unused, but unused as in you don't see any furnishings, you don't see any people move around it. There are a couple of papered over windows on the ground floor. But this is most definitely where they are. In fact, maybe you guys pick up with you on a rooftop or down on the ground level or a mix of that. But you see a few figures have kind of moved past, and you've made positive visual identification of at least 2 of the 4 members that you might want to pitch yourself there, Jen. So, yeah, you made at least positive visual identification of 2 of the members. The Elizabeth character who's still wearing the goggles, and also you know where Hazit is because of the robotic exoskeleton that he wears. So, what do you guys want to do? What's the approach?
We're viewing from, I assume, a rooftop nearby.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was rooftop or ground level, but I imagine Seraph, keeping things on brand, would say rooftop, so rooftop.
Mm.
And in fact, go ahead.
I would like to cast Detect Magic.
Yes. So this is not far from Rocket Records. You believe that it just looking from the angles, armature, they probably filmed this on the roof of the building where they are right now.
Cool. So yeah, I'd like to use my magical scholarship to see if there's any active mojo going on.
Oh, cool. Yeah. I think you should unleash your powers then.
Alrighty. I am letting them off leash. That's freak, right? Yes.
It is.
And
Unleash your freak.
Get your freak on.
I missed again.
So
You're like a freak on a leash.
good news. First of all, let's step back. I imagine that you guys are about to enter battle against. No, battle could be a rap battle. I don't know, but let's just use the team mechanics to make sure that our team pool is correct. I'm going to reset you guys. So at the beginning of the game, I gave you 2. Let's ask some questions. Then we'll figure out if you wanted to help Fridian or not. Who's the leader?
Well, at this point, Armature knows more about at least one of what we're up against
Yeah.
And I
than
am
any of
bossy.
the rest of us. And
Okay.
she is bossy.
All right. Do you have influence over every teammate, Armature?
I believe, yes, I do.
Everyone has the same purpose in the fight. Does everybody want to talk to these people? Anyone want to do something other than talk, like fight?
I mean, that's the backup, but I think
That's plan
we
B.
diffuse it.
Everybody's
without-
okay with plan A and plan B? Bay?
I am perfectly fine starting off with talking, but I don't expect it to work.
Okay, cool. All right. And then same thing for Seraph. Okay, plan B. All right, you are plan B. If any team member mistrusts the leader, anyone mistrust Armature? I mean, why would you? But seriously, do you?
Nah, not about
Not in this
this.
situation, no.
Currently, no. About this specific thing.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
Lots
complicated.
of other things, but
And guess what? You guys are not ill prepared or off balance. So,
wow,
you,
we
you
could
don't.
have-
You asked for
And
it. You got it. You
Atlas
guys.
is even wearing his suit.
I
Yeah.
know you're even suited up, and Seraph is here at the start of the conversation. So it's pretty amazing. So we got one team pool at the beginning of the session per normal rules. You entered battle. That adds 2. You have influence, and everyone has the same purpose. So you're now at team pool 5. Congratulations! Look at all that team pool. Does anybody want to help Viridian, or do we want to let that miss go? That's an XP for Viridian, aka potential.
Any,
I mean, I'm not a magical person, so
how does Paul feel about this?
I would rather that you helped in this case.
All right, I'm gonna throw in and help.
Cool. What does that look like? And it can be very abstract. Yeah, I don't imagine that you're wiggling your fingers and casting magic, but Seraph is kind of magical.
Yep. I kind of observe what Viridian is doing. I imagine that he might be like writing little runes in the air and so on. And I've never told him directly, but I can read that.
It is
That's awesome.
Enochian, the language of angels.
Oh
Yep.
my goodness, I love that fact. So that's so cool.
So I'll like put a hand on his back and sort of keep an eye out and watch over him while he casts the spell.
are you supernaturally spell checking him?
Spell checking. Oh, yes, I am.
Oh,
yeah,
man, that's so
I didn't
good.
even get the pun.
You threw it out there. You didn't even know how great it was.
And actually, what she does is she actually catches an autocorrector before I hit send.
It's like, actually, the correct word there is.
I'm actually like met.
All right. So with that in mind, there's absolutely magic that is coming from this area. The first thing that you notice, Viridian, with this is that people who are native to this material plane have a certain cadence or frequency, as it were. 3 of the 4 members here in this building are out of phase. They are not natural to this reality. But you have a mixed success, so you don't know which one of the 4 their like signature is native to this reality.
Huh. I will share that information with my
Is
team.
Ruby on the roof with you guys, or is she just told to like be around?
She's told to stay away, which means that she'll probably be around.
She's sitting on a park bench underneath the building where you guys are, scribbling away.
Nice.
I'm cool with that. So are we going to go have our talk?
Yes.
To whoever it is.
Yeah. So one of them
Mm-hmm.
is from our dimension.
Yes. But I wasn't
That's a
able to
fun
tell
guessing
which
game.
one.
The others might just not be even real.
True.
Let's try and
Well-
find out which.
Yeah. I think I start activating any scanning equipment I've got to get all possible information as we go into chance.
Nice. Are you assessing the situation?
Yes. I'm
that's
assessing
cool.
the situation.
Roll plus superior.
Hmm.
Don't forget, you guys are a team. You know each other rather well. This is absolutely an opportunity for you as players to kind of strategize and use comfort or support to shift someone's labels for what you think they might end up needing going into this conversation. It's some next level masks play, but not plan B on max. I don't know, hell words. But anyways, it's some cool stuff that you guys might want to test out if you have the inkling.
That also requires opening up a lot of character sheets to check everyone's.
No, I know. It's like, sorry. So it appears that Armature is
Yes.
probably superior.
No.
Oh, a 2 and a 1 there. That is not a 7 or better.
Nope.
Yeah. Cool. So, the good news is you get a potential, which is in this game. It's named for the XP. And as you are reaching out, kind of probing, trying to understand as much as possible, you hear a ping back, not from the building. And it is it's a repeater that's kind of pulling down your signal. And the ping is just, Mama? Mama?
Oh, not now.
So I think you get a condition. What condition would you like? We have several conditions to share with you. Would you like to be angry, afraid, guilty, hopeless, or insecure?
Maybe insecure.
Okay.
Feels a
Sounds
bit-
good.
Maybe that feels right.
It's not like you stand in defense of anything normally. It's fine. Good choice.
Now you only have a problem
Yeah.
with rejecting what other people say as well.
Yes. I'm
Yep.
just like, yeah. Got all my scanning equipment on it.
What?
I'm mumbling into my equipment. Something.
Yeah, exactly. But like you see Atlas go, what?
Nothing. We got a mission.
Oh. All right.
How are we? I mean, I'm gonna do the whole,
If we're going to talk
Go
with
down.
them, we need to get
First
down
we
there
go.
and start.
Let's not bundle up in a small group if they do have rockets. Just
Sure.
Smart call.
I agree with this.
All right. I'll go ahead.
I'm
Say
not as
hello.
dumb as I look.
So please watch my back, I guess.
Yeah, that's like I'll come with, but at a distance.
So
Sure.
how is it that you guys are meeting with him? Are you like landing on the roof and going down? I imagine you're not crashing through the windows. Are you going through the front level and going upstairs? You guys tell me.
So, where specifically are they at the moment?
They
Are
are
they
on
roof
the
or-
third story of a a 3-story brick building.
On there. Okay, so they're inside, but
Yes, they are inside.
So, you take the roof and I go down the front.
Sounds
We're
good.
we're all going though, right?
Oh,
oh
yeah.
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 And just because Paul kind of put this in my brain from a previous game we played, imagining that it's like Daredevil, Marvel Daredevil look to the interior of the brick building, except there probably wasn't any furnishings in there. However, now there are furnishings that are also magical. Like you get that from your thing. They're from this world, but someone like summoned a couch, summoned a kick-ass flat screen TV, plasma, etc., 4K, summoned an Xbox One X. So yeah, there's that. So you guys were headed in ground level,
I'm
Mixed, probably.
mixed. Okay, bit of on
I'm gonna
top.
take the wall. I'm gonna take the outside walls. I get to the third level.
Nice. So, Sheriff, you arrive on the roof then?
Yep.
Cool.
Thor.
Seraph, you... Atlas
Thor.
walks because I think being carried by Seraph would be like, oh, it's a little heavy.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I'd have to armpit poor Atlas, and that is never comfortable for anybody.
And I'm gonna poof in.
Nice, that's true.
I'm trying to be like peeking in through the window, but not be seen for the
4
moment.
different spots. So we're
Yes.
splitting up. Yay!
I'm on the 3rd floor, just on the outside.
All right. Cool. So, yeah, we'll just say that it's one of those like large single panel pages with them in the middle and each of you entering the scene, from the windows, going down from the roof, coming up from the stairs. You all kind of enter at the same from different dimensions. And we have Hazit, who is not in his powered armor, is like kind of standing there waiting for him. He's laying on the couch. He's got his head in Glowburn's lap. And he's playing on the Xbox, like he's got the controller up, and the two of them are chatting. And Lisbeth, she's fully suited up. She's walking along. She notices you coming up, Armature, and like skips back and raises the alarm. And then Kavita is over by the kitchen, like fully stocked kitchen, and she was basically pulling something out of the fridge when you guys come in. And Elizabeth raises the alarm, and they all are like running to their stuff, hopping up. Haas is trying to climb into his armor. What do you
Sorry,
guys
guys. Surprise is not an option.
I mean, I'm also just imagining that, like, as Atlas walks through the front door, like the little bell that rings if the front door of the shop goes. I mean, it is a store, so it's like ding ding.
Yep.
Sweet. So I'll just call her Elizabeth. You guys have all met Elizabeth. You know Elizabeth. She has Elizabeth's voice. She doesn't have Elizabeth's demeanor. She seems a lot more aggressive, and she looks across at all of you, but she focuses on you, Seraph. And she points at you. She says, "You. I should kill you."
We're here to talk.
She like lifts off the ground a few inches and just still standing. She crosses her arms and she does that like superhero thing of like floating towards you.
Well,
And you say, "You're just here to talk?" And she says, "Go ahead. Talk."
why are you doing this? Why are you putting out these threats? And frankly, what is your specific beef with us?
Well, my friends all have their reasons, but mine is that you are a false prophet and need to be taken down, Seraph.
Of what?
False prophet of holiness, of goodness. You murdered my lover. For that, you're going down.
Excuse me?
Kavita, she has closed the refrigerator door and she walks out and says, "Listen, I think that we all know that we're enemies here. I think maybe it's just best if we forego this conversation and get down to business." Hazi's like strapping himself in and like trying to click his little seat belts and put on the armor. What are you doing, Atlas?
I'm just coming up the stairs and like, wait, what? We're enemies? But why?
Good point, Atlas.
Glowburn, she has her little goggles. You see, they start to like she powers up with her glowing powers, but there's something about these gauntlets that magnify it. And when she sees you, Atlas, you see she aims the gauntlet at you, and it starts to glow this like bright pink.
I just stick up my hands like, whoa.
You suck! You suck!
Okay.
And she's still like 4.5 feet tall. Like so.
Why do I suck? What?
I tried and I tried, and you mocked me.
What? When?
No, you're a terrible person. You're nothing but a big dumb brute. And she is
Point of
telling
order.
you. So hold on, let me activate this move, and then you can point of order. She's trying to shift your labels right now.
I'm
Reject
going
her
to
influence.
reject that fucking influence. Yeah.
All right, when you reject someone's influence, roll on a hit. You successfully hold to yourself and tune them out.
Roll. Just. Is there a roll plus or no?
There should be just a roll, I thought, on the character sheet. Let me find it for you.
Flat D2. Yeah. This flat D2. 2D6. Flat 2D6. Yeah. Sure. Oh, it does say reject someone's influence. Yeah. Awesome. Poop. Oh dear.
Those are snake eyes.
It actually says, oh dear.
Ah,
Oh dear. Okay, so on a miss, their words hit you hard. Mark a condition, and the GM will adjust your labels. But the good news is you get an experience point.
Okay.
I'm not going to actually adjust your labels. I'll tell you what to adjust. So she is going to increase your freak and decrease your mundane because she's calling you a jerk.
And I am feeling guilty for something that I don't even know I've done and don't think I've done. But I'm still feeling guilty for what she said.
Yeah, she goes on, and this will be point of order, but she goes on and goes, "I gave you my heart and you rejected me. You're a jerk. Nothing but a big jerk." And then point of order from Armature is that the words hit you hard.
Okay. You guys, are we wearing the same clothes that we would normally wear? Are the costumes how you remember them?
Kavita says, "Costume changes. Happens all the time."
Does anyone have, like, say, missing goatees? Or similar?
And the carapace closes over Hazit, and he's now starting to power up his mask, and you hear all these little things. Ray gun online, missile refractory online.
Hold on.
Well, I think I'm trying to provoke somebody to see if they will
Okay,
Yeah.
that sounds awesome.
get the, if they'll kind of cotton on to the fact that maybe this, alternate dimensions are in play.
I think so. Yeah. Why don't you roll plus superior?
Okay. No bonuses. Dang it.
Well, I can
Once
throw
somebody
in
starts
and
powering up weapons, it's really hard to get through to them.
It's just so
you want some
exciting.
help?
We need to
Or-
help. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I'll throw in and be like,
Yeah.
who's president right now?
Nice.
What year is it?
Oh, that's so cool. This is so Ghost in the Shell. I love it. That is fantastic, and that will push you to a 7. Don't forget, guys, that I do have on the team pool I haven't marked. So we've used a total of 2 team pools. You're now down to 3. So go ahead and drop that down. Wish we had a better counter for team pool. But anyway, one thing that you notice, so you have a mixed result on a 7 to 9 from provoking. 7 to 9, they either take the bait and do what you want, or they stumble, you take +1 forward against them. They err, you gain a critical opportunity. They overreact, you gain influence over them. Those are the reactions for a provoke. One thing that you noticed as the voice response for Hazit's armor comes on and tells him that things are coming online, it's your voice, Manisha. And he is going to overreact, and he's going to start. He aims his gun at you, and he says, "You're president." And then he starts to fire the rocket at you. What do you do?
I want to try and, in a very short amount of time, to brute force take control of that, or at least to do something to the code that will
That sounds amazing.
mitigate this rocket to the face.
All right, directly engage a threat.
Okay.
Doesn't want to rock to the face. I want to check in with Paul next because I think we have neglected poor Viridian, who should be doing some awesome stuff.
Well, good news.
You roll over?
I remember when you were saying you wanted an XP. Well, here you go.
I already got the XP. This is just
Oh, right. I also got an XP. I forgot. Good points.
so yeah. You know what? Coding is hard when rockets are coming towards you.
There's some kind of counter intrusion measures there that you can't quite defeat in time, and then the missile hits you. Please take a powerful blow. So what we see is this, like, the smoke trail from the missile. It's one of those like bulbous headed things, and it like slams into your tendrils, right?
Yeah,
You move them
I'm
up.
bringing everything up in front of me as fast as I can to block that blow. But
Roll plus conditions marked to take a powerful blow.
yay! 10?
Hey, you
That's
rolled a
always good.
10! I love you guys. This is amazing. All right, so the good news is, wait, there's no good news. Okay, on a 10 plus, you must remove yourself from the situation, flee, pass out, etc. You lose control of yourself or your powers in a terrible way, or 2 options from the 7 to 9 list. I know what I want you to pick, but they're all good.
I don't want to remove myself from the situation. That doesn't seem super fun at the moment. It's either going to be losing control or I will lose control
Nice.
in some terrible way.
That sounds amazing. I love it.
Right.
Cool. You get hit by the missile. It throws you back into the doorway that Atlas kind of just came through, and you're not out of the fight. But as you lay there at the top of the steps, you hear the click, clack, and slither of several hundred small tendril things coming up the stairs very quickly. You recognize them. They're coming to help you. Cool. So Viridian, what have you been doing? We have Kavita is casually trying to talk about, this costume change. We have a face-off between Seraph and Lisbeth. Glowburn has just insulted and broken Atlas somehow. What are you doing?
So far, the only one that has acted aggressively is Hazit.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would like to... I hold my hands out and shoot a bolt of pure magical energy. It's the green of my costume, and
Yes.
and that's at Hazit. I'm trying to at least distract him so that Armature has a chance to recover.
That sounds amazing. Go ahead and directly engage a threat. Does anyone want me to quickly list out your 4 opponents, or is everybody clear on who's who? We have Kavita, Hazit, we have Glowburn, and then we have Lisbeth. Sweet. All right. Good. So go ahead and directly engage that threat.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Our rolls are on point today.
Goodness gracious. Cool. So you lash out, going with the green coloration for Viridian, I assume. Yeah. Lash out. Is this like a magic missile thing, or is it like a beam of light? What is it?
It more sort of magic missile-y. But I imagine that when it hits something, it sort of spreads a little bit, so it's as if it is sort of splatting against the surface that it
Killer.
hits.
Awesome. So you do that, and then there's this I was gonna come up. I probably should have thesaurused cool names for yellow. I can't. Somebody think of your Crayola box of 64 colors or crayons, maybe more. Are there any cool names for yellow that isn't yellow? Jen's gonna. She's got my back here. No, she's smart with colors. She's smart with everything, but colors are within everything. So, depending on her Google ability.
I'm just getting shades of green and red. That's the only thing that's coming.
It could be amber. It could be. Yeah, amber's about the best one.
Yeah, because I'm seeing banana and butter, and that's not really what I want. So we'll go with either golden, like a golden amber circle appears around Hazit, and the missiles just bounce and dissipate off of it. Again, there's like a bit of a water effect. We got a CGI artist that went in and did some After Effects on the panel, and for a moment you see there's a slight surprise in Hazit's face, I was about to eat it and I didn't. And Kavita just smiles, and then she circles her finger and flings something towards you. I need you to take a powerful blow, Viridian.
Okay, I am condition free at the moment.
Good. You need to roll a 10. or higher here for me to get what I want. That's a fan. Dijon, that's it. It's like a mustard bubble. No, I'm going to stop looking at other colors. We're going with golden amber. Is that a miss? Nice.
A 5.
That is the perfect time. So not only do you get an XP, you stand strong and survive the blow. What does it look like from when she flings back this like little yellow thing that keeps expanding, and then it tackles you because it's some kind of weird creature she summoned. But you withstand it. So what do you do?
Is the creature still around?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Then I just sort of wave my hand, hold my hand out as if I'm saying halt. And it stumbles towards me and it knocks me back a little bit, but it doesn't get all the way to me.
Nice.
Right? It's as if I'm being pushed from a distance instead of it actually hitting me.
Killer. I'm going to say that it's like a human-headed lion creature.
Cool.
Kind of like a sphinx type deal. And yeah, you cow it, and it's angry features. She stops coming forward, and she's like this golden lion magic animal thing that Kavita just whipped out at you. Sweet. So we're gonna swing over to you, Seraph, because it looks like Lisbeth is going to punch you real hard. What do you do? Just to lead this up, we have like one panel of her drawing her hand back, and she says, "You killed Ashley," and she's coming forward, fist towards your face. What do you do?
I mean, feel like I gotta can't hit her, but at most I try to get out of her way.
Okay, awesome. I think, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I might be like and try to catch her arm. Then try to keep her from lashing out. But,
that is directly engaging a threat because you can choose options of resisting or avoiding blows.
Okay.
So I think that absolutely applies. Let's go ahead and have you roll with danger. High voltage.
Okay. All right.
By the way, she doesn't have any like crackling energy coming off of her. It looks like she's just Captain Marvel strong and with flight kind of deal is the power set that seems like you're dealing with. If we have another miss, I don't know what to think.
Oh dear. Oh yeah.
Snake eyes again? Somebody check the die roller. Holy crappuccino. No one can bring you back from that.
Nope.
Yeah, you try to move out, but she is too fast, faster than you anticipated. And you need to take a powerful blow. Please go ahead and roll conditions marked. You do get a potential, though. Don't forget.
Okay. Well, that's going to be cool. I'm going to wander over someplace on my computer and click a couple things. But in the meantime, I've got to keep you guys not in suspense.
Perfect. Hey, so you weather the blow. You do get another potential. That's back-to-back potential. Holy crap, you guys are learning a lot from these guys. The Destructive Roars are teaching you so much with fists and missiles.
Well,
what does it look like when you weather this blow, Seraph?
So let's see. A lot faster than I expect. So I'm taken aback by how damn good she really is. And I'm in a tight area, so.
Oh, sorry. No,
Yeah.
I didn't. Maybe I didn't do a good job of painting or laying out the
Oh,
scene,
I mean,
describing the scene. I'm
it's
imagining this is like open floor plan, kitchen, couch, TV. It's like warehouse living is kind of the way I was imagining brick warehouse. So you've got some space to move.
Like
There's
how much clearance?
Oh yeah, that probably like 10 foot high. You know.
Yeah, so it's still not much, but
Gotcha. Okay.
you know, so what I'll do is take up a scoop of air, just something to pop my feet off the ground, and
Nice.
I hold on to the fist. I just manage to catch it. It bounces against me, and pushes me back a few feet. And then I land again, and I'll walk back towards her.
Nice. That's pretty gutsy. I like it.
And be like, Elizabeth, that's impossible.
Nice. So we cut away from that because I love that line. Like I see this like full headshot of Sarah with the mask on. Elizabeth, that's impossible. We cut to Atlas. Atlas, you see a bunch of tentacled creatures, robotic tentacle creatures that are scampering up the stairs from behind you. You just got that insult from Glowburn there. What are you doing? The missile happened, of course, that was dissipated and all that good stuff. So what is Atlas doing?
Atlas is basically, he's still got his hands up, and he, like, you see him looking out of the corner of his eyes, just seeing what's coming up the stairs, and like, okay, I don't have time to deal with that right now. And he goes like, Owen, I don't know where you're from, but I consider you a good friend here in this place. And I'm trying to pierce the mask, basically.
Oh, yes. Yes. I love this move. That is so good.
Pierce.
You want to roll well.
You just brought my mundane down as well. Yay. Let's see how it goes. 10. Boom.
What? That's awesome. So you roll an 11, but you get a 10 because of that -1 that I gave you. On a 10, you get to ask 3 questions.
What do you want me to do?
So on the surface, she wants you to like be hurt a lot and bruised and sad. Deep down, she wants you to kiss her.
Okay. How could I, well, get your character to not shoot me?
Yeah, I think you have to just pretty much apologize for breaking her heart and maybe kiss her.
I mean, I have another question, but I know the answer.
I'm sorry.
But at least reality, I already know if I kiss her, I can gain influence over her as well.
Yes. In her reality, she started off as Glowbug and then went through a horrible breakup, which never was really actually a breakup because she only dated you in her head, and then became Glowburn. She was Glowbug and then she became Glowburn.
Yeah, I mean, and then I slowly advance on her, like, still with my hands up, like, I'm sorry, I mean, you look exactly like my good friend, but like, you obviously don't, you have a different history with me.
Good friend, and her gauntlets glow up like this this very, very bright pink, and then there's like this beautiful pastel blue, right? And it's like she wants to fire upon you. But you come closer, and she goes, "Good friend, good friend. That's all you've ever been to me, is my friend."
I'm sorry. Was I I didn't know that I well, like I said, it wasn't me, but I didn't know that there was. Did you want more?
Then we see just like a close in of her face and her angry eyes. It kind of softens for a little bit, and we'll cut away from her. She's starting to weaken, right? She hasn't fired upon you. She could, and you feel the tentacle creatures are like climbing between your gigantic feet, Atlas, as they have encroached and kind of come into this wood floor warehouse apartment type deal. So we know what's going on with Lisbeth. I'm gonna circle around to Armature. There are a bunch of tentacle creatures. They're on you right now, but they're like closing wounds and spraying little disinfectants and adding little bandages with Hello Kitty emblems on them.
Yeah, probably everyone gets a whisper over the communications, like, problem, maybe. Diffuser's here.
Just stay here, Mama. We'll take care of it, Mama. We have this, Mama.
Wait.
And then all of the creatures start like coming off of you and scampering towards.
I don't hurt anyone. I think I'm trying to provoke them.
Sure. That sounds good. Roll well.
Oh, by the way, I'll have to do that with a slightly lower. No, I'm going to mark a condition instead of because I've been confronted with my shame.
Okay, cool. Is that 2 conditions for you?
That's 2 conditions.
Yeah, okay, that's good to know.
Because I want my superior for provoking.
It's probably a smart call. Yeah, good call.
A hit.
Nice. On a 7 to 9, they rise to the bait and do what you want, or they stumble, err, or overreact. And so, what they do is, yes, Mama. And then they start scampering up Hazit's armor, and they're quickly like they're drilling into bolts and like popping things off, and he starts trying to fly, and he's gonna try to get out of here. Like he just bursts up through the ceiling and trying to take off, because there are maybe 15 of those little tentacle creatures that are dismantling him, and you can hear them like, "Oh, this inferior tech, inferior." Shoddy wiring. Oh, look at this. Start slicing things, lasering across, unhooking and everything. And he's flying and dropping pieces as he's trying to fly away. And so let's check in with Viridian. You've calmed the lion. And Kavita looks at you, and she leans her elbow on the counter by the little kitchen. Not bad.
Why are you doing this, Kavita?
Because you're unworthy.
Why do you say that?
Have you seen what you and your friends do? You're in bed with the Transcendent Crusaders. They offered you a position, but you go off on your own. You can't even defend a record store. It's not what the Magister wants.
I have spoken to my father. I don't You're wrong.
Am I?
Yes, you are. I also would like to pierce the mask at this point.
I think
Pierce
that you've laid the groundwork for that. Why don't you?
Thank you.
While you're rolling the dice, thank you, Gerwin. I wish I had checked Slack sooner for the shades of yellow that you shared with me.
Duh. Here it is. I missed. It's a 6.
Oh, does anyone want to help?
I want to help with one of my
Oh, your bull thingies?
from one of my bull team. Well, not team move. Yeah, team moves. What was the last thing that you said again?
That I had spoken to my father, and he didn't find me unworthy.
Yeah, I'm probably just pitching in with it. Hey, I mean, while still holding my hands up, like I had a good chat with him and the other day, and he's good.
Nice. Got his back. That's awesome. I love
So
it.
that's a 7 then. Thank you.
Right. It's a 7. That could have been very ugly. On 7 to 9, you get to ask one question.
I don't have the moves up. Can you remind me what the
Oh,
questions are?
absolutely.
I forgot
Let
to
me.
moves.
Can you see the chat in the Hangout window?
Yep.
All right, let me just drop it there, and I'll read it while you're reading. What are you really planning? What do you want me to do? What do you intend to do? How could I get your character to blank, or how could I gain influence over you?
What are you really planning? Because I am increasingly convinced that this is in fact Kavita.
What she is really planning is basically taking your position as the next step in the legacy.
As Alex said in the chat, by process of elimination, everyone else has something that makes them significantly different from who they are in this reality. So then, okay, so I'm going to follow up by saying, Kavita, when you're ready, Magister Justinian will tell you so. Until then, it is my position to hold.
If we were playing Monster Hearts, that would be the perfect cue for shut someone down. But instead, you are going to provoke her, I think.
Yes. Provoke is superior. Come on. There we go.
Wow, you've provoked the crap out of her. That is amazing. And so you say that there's this moment, and we cut away. And we cut away from that. We like turn the page, and we see Lisbeth, and her face is this like mask of unbridled rage because are you mocking her? You say this is impossible. And she has her fist back again, but she doesn't. She says, why? Why is that impossible?
And I'll lift my mask to her and just not say anything about it.
she drops to the floor and she looks at you, and then she reaches up her hands and like cups your cheeks, and she's going to kiss you. What do you do?
Yeah, I let it happen.
All right, sweet. So, yeah, you start making out with superpowered Elizabeth, and it's just as good as you remember, except a little stronger. And then Kavita, you slam her, Viridian, like you say the perfect words. She fine. Snaps her fingers, and Lisbeth's gone. And Glowburn is like reaching up towards you to maybe hug you or something. And she snaps, she disappears. And you don't know where Hazit is. And then Kavita is the last one standing. And she says, "You guys can show yourselves out." And she takes a drink of her Avian.
I think that I need to deliver her to Magister Justinian.
We're not just going to leave just like that. What the
No.
hell was that?
Oh, well, if you guys are going to be assholes, then she disappears.
Damn it.
Of all the cheeky, snotty crap.
Someone needs to be spanked.
I'm going
Sure.
to
Viridian
like
is-
trying to get up.
Viridian is so angry right now, he is shaking.
Oh,
Like, he's seriously probably about to lose his shit.
Wait, so that relation to you,
That is my cousin, my real cousin, who lives
your
here.
cousin has issues, and did she just actually transport people from other dimensions to fuck with us?
Apparently so. That's what it looks like.
Fuck.
As I'm like trying to stumbling to get up, I kind of actually pause for a second and just like a little nod of appreciation for Atlas's interpretations of the situation. Like,
Nice.
I'll help Armature get up.
I think my tentacles are slightly twitchy at the moment, so I'm like mostly trying to do it with one leg and some stumps. So yeah, help is appreciated. And
Yeah.
I think as I'm helped up, a leg just kind of forms and twists out from the cabling, and I get some footing.
And Seraph, of course, you see all of the little bandages that are put on armatures, cuts and abrasions and the like. You smell a little bit of the like spray on antiseptic infection.
And I'm looking around. Is there any sign of diffuse?
No, they went off with Hazit, and maybe they're on another reality. Who knows? Where you're president, it seems.
Well,
Politics.
well, we dealt with it. Nobody was badly hurt. No buildings got knocked down.
It is not dealt with.
I think your family deal with the shits. No offense.
Yeah, this
Though,
might be
I
a
think-
Manchester thing.
and you
Oh,
see,
it certainly
Atlas?
is. But
you see Atlas bite his lip, and like, I might have to deal with something now.
Just a knowing look from me.
Clever Eyes, who saw the 2 panels of Glowbug becoming Glowburn. Glowbug had antennae that she wore, and then she like broke them off when she became the bad Glowburn.
It's awesome.
Yeah, let's not create any more villains.
So, I'm not actually going to call. I am going to do a sending to my father. So,
Can you get all of us in there?
yes.
Gather around for the Grelfie. The group selfie, sorry. It's
Yeah.
a really dumb term that Samsung tried to create. Okay.
So, actually, basically, the way I imagine it works is that I'm sort of magically pinging him, and if he's not actively in the middle of doing Magister stuff, then he'll probably show up where we are, but at like astral projecting or something like that.
That's cool.
Is that good with you, Rich?
I don't see putting a role to this, right? You can get in contact with your father. He would receive your call. It's like,
Yep.
He wouldn't swipe left on you. Yes, son. You see his like head kind of floating, all like Emperor Palpatine talking to Vader type deal.
Cool. We, and I indicate the rest of the team, have a problem that I think is actually one that you're going to have to be the one to resolve finally in the end. Kavita thinks she should have my job. And she summoned 3 alternate universe versions of people that we know in order to make her point and hurt me and tell me that I wasn't worthy.
Points for originality, but I assume it failed.
I convinced her to send them back where they came from. But she traveled away. And I don't think that I'm the right person to express to her the error of her ways.
Cool. I am going to ask you to provoke your father to take this action when you are the acting member of the legacy.
Okie doke. Provoke okie dokie. Sorry this takes so long. Wait, there it goes. It's a 8.
An 8. Okay. Okay. First of all,
See, this is weird.
what?
Oh, they either do what I want or they can instead choose one off the list.
Exactly. Yeah, I was
If they-
about there. I
Okay.
formulating my thought. Sorry for the pause. Your father pauses for a moment. I'm sorry, son, that you need to deal with this, but you do. As a member of the legacy, you must defend your right. If you cannot take care of your cousin, then what worldly threats could you face? And you gain influence over him, but he wants you to deal with Kavita.
All right, Father. really all I can say.
And then the head just disappears. And it's like a, I don't know if we have a color. Like he'd probably be like black flames when I kind of imagine for the Magister, right? So we'd see like the black flame symbol of your legacy, and then he's gone.
I look at everyone else and I say, you do realize that if I'd just gone off and taken care of it myself, that would have been the wrong thing to do.
Yeah. So he's kicked the ball back to you. Doesn't mean you don't have to deal with it right now.
That is true.
So Ruby steps out from behind the kitchen counter where she'd been hiding during most of the fight. That was really amazing. I'm a little confused. Can anyone give me any cliff notes on why Eun Kim was like had actual powers, and that girl in the I don't really understand, but Kavita is a cousin of yours. I've got that. I imagine you don't want that printed, or is that cool? Because you're kind of open, Fridian, right?
But again, she was engaging in criminal behavior, and she's 14.
Right. So
if you can leave names out of it, that would be the best.
awesome. Eun
Also-
Kim, what's the deal with that? Atlas?
He has a handle on it.
I'll figure it out.
It's alternate
Wait.
dimensions.
Okay. Cool. And you're president there? Neat.
Yeah.
You really can be anything you want.
They're not childless.
And then you see Atlas look between like Seraph and Ruby, and back to Seraph, and back to Ruby, and like.
And I like look back at Atlas, just out of character. Jan, help me out.
Did she see anything? Like it's a whisper. Like, did she see anything?
And I like look back at Ruby. Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing I'm still being kind of slightly supported by Seraph. So,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, could fix if she, she doesn't have to remember.
You're terrible. Also,
Just short term.
just for the records, you're back on the rifle list.
You have a rival list?
No, just like you're now my rival again. Like,
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
damn.
Although I'm not in a position to actually probably whisper all of this at you guys.
We have a communication system, so you could probably just
we do.
whisper it all.
I think she'd have said something already if she'd seen.
Yep.
So, let's not do the mind control thing just yet. So, Ruby.
Yep. Fridian, what's up?
So, yeah, that was the gist, was apparently a young sorceress. Are we supposed to use sorcerer for both genders now? For both sexes now?
I'll look up the AP guide. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Sorcerer X.
Yeah. Had a grudge against us and summoned help from alternate dimensions and then sent them away.
Okay. Kind of cool.
Yep. So, you guys want to go get a shawarma or something? Well, I figured out what to do.
Um, you guys go ahead. I have some place I need to be.
Okay. Do you want me to bring you something back?
Yeah, I'll have 3 large shawarma
Mhm.
and give me a falafel and
I ate Dr. Pepper.
like there's like a list of orders because
Nice. Sweet.
I knew what I was getting into, and I'm still a little sticker shocked. I'm like, okay.
So when we pick up with the shawarma eating, is it just the 3 of you guys?
I kind of hint to Ruby that she might want to, go ahead and get her story prepared, just to,
She gets it.
A gentle.
She knows when to bug out, so yeah, she gives you guys the big like thumbs up, and then I've got a lot of writing to do, and I have to look up the whole Sorcerer X thing. But I'll see some of you guys at school on Monday. See you tomorrow.
See you later.
Be safe, Ruby.
Cool.
And
So at the shawarma place is the team minus Atlas, because Atlas said he had a thing to do.
Right. And I imagine you re-Ashley'd at some point,
Yeah.
Sarah?
It's a lot easier to eat shawarmas, Ashley.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine wings are just as bad as a fake beard for eating shawarma. Really difficult. Yeah. Is this our triumphant celebration? Do we get that? Do we get it?
I don't think that's in it for Armature currently.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm feeling too triumphant at the moment.
I think a lot of us probably all hit a bit too close to home. I don't know. At least
awesome. So you guys have the shawarma, unless is there anything you guys want to establish in the scene, or is it just a team eating food together kind of commiserating thing?
Yeah, I personally can't wait to see what possibly could Atlas have to do.
Awesome. So we just see a panel later of after shawarma, obviously movie theater seating, popcorn, tub of popcorn, Ashley and Elizabeth sitting. Elizabeth smiles, excited to be out with you, Ashley. What's the expression that we see on your face? Like there's no dialogue in this panel, just the look of like there's one of Elizabeth and then one of you. What do we see on Ashley's face?
I'm happy and relieved.
Nice. And then we cut to Atlas for possibly our last scene of the game.
I mean, Atlas is just standing in front of the house ringing the doorbell.
Which house?
And Young, of course.
Nice. Cool. So yeah, she will super answer the door and look up at you. Are you in your uniform?
I guess. I mean, he just went straight from the scene there.
Cool.
So yeah.
Hey.
Hi.
Come in. She takes your hand and kind of pulls you in. You duck down. You come into her house. It's sparsely appointed, but nice.
like look around, like that, or is anyone else
TV's
here?
on. She says, "Oh, it's Sunday afternoon. Dad is watching football, and Mom's cooking, but they watch in the den. It's okay. I don't think our couch can handle you, but I'll sit on the floor with you."
Can we talk in private?
Do you want to go up to my room?
Yeah, sure.
She dashes up the stairs. You come in, the room is just awash with like pink, and she still has stuffed animals, and there's all like Bats Maru, all kinds of Sanrio stuff all over the walls. It's like a hang in there kitten. Closes the
Yeah.
door behind you. What's up? She goes over and sits on the
I
bed.
quickly sit down because like ceiling is already a bit low. Yeah. So I think I just talked to you, but from another dimension.
Whoa. I had Dimensional Crisis 301 last semester. I think there's. She goes over and starts digging through old textbooks. I think there's like a checklist, an aftercare. Are you okay? Was that cool?
Yeah. Yes, you were.
I didn't hurt you or anything, did I? She sits the big thick textbook on her lap. It dwarfs her because,
And then I
textbook.
go like, well, glow bug. No, wait, it wasn't glow bug. Glow. Well, glow something. Didn't shoot me in the end.
Glowbug? She scrambles. She starts typing that into her phone. What a cool name.
Uh-huh. Hey. So do you like me?
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
I'm sorry. I know
Oh.
you don't. I know you don't like me. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, I, I don't, I didn't realize. I didn't really know. Sorry. Sorry, I didn't notice.
I tried to hint, but I kept wanting to actually just say it, but I got nervous.
Well, I've been, I guess, distracted and dealing with a lot of stuff.
Right. I know where this is going, and it's okay.
Come on and kiss the girl.
Where's this going?
Well, I mean, it's okay. I'm really small, and you're super big, and it probably looks weird, and it's okay, Atlas. If you don't like me back, I won't be mad.
Oh, what?
I'm just really happy you came to talk to me.
I didn't say that.
You didn't, but
I just came to say I didn't know, and that I should maybe pay better attention.
You want to go out with me?
And there's like a little pause, and then there's like, sure, I'd like that.
And then we cut back to that same movie theater where we saw Ashley and Lisbeth, and we draw back the frame and we see like several seats are taken up by Atlas with his knees up a little too high, and he has a different bucket of popcorn, and we have a very elated Eun Kim sitting right beside him. Is it good?
Yeah, absolutely, and I'll switch my love.
Cool. Now I need to put her in trouble. Glowbug. Sweet. I saw in the chat that there was a potential post-credit sequence here for Armature.
Yeah. I imagine kind of like climbing the stairs, the behind the counter, the shop, and going up to attic, and then as she comes in, like a computer voice saying, "Spatial bubble has reached optimal size," and it's like, huh, and like presses a button, and like some sort of just think the quantum leap Al's door thing that you go through.
Yes, I love that.
Opens up and she kind of walks in. I don't know, maybe you get a second of out of the light. You can it focuses into some sort of space that you can see, like a physical space. Yeah, I don't know.
Weird.
Yeah, a kind of unconstructed space that's like much larger than the attic.
That is kick-ass. I love that. Sweet. And so
My
then, yes.
favorite explanation for how a tesseract works actually comes from a manga called Oh My Goddess. And effectively, what's happening is space is getting borrowed from time.
Oh, yes, that. Yeah,
That's wicked. Before we do our end of session moves, I just have one last page teaser. And
Actually, can I have a couple of panels?
oh, please. Yes,
This will
yes,
just
yes.
take a second.
Oh, absolutely.
Basically,
yes.
Basically, there's a panel of Viridian trudging down the stairs into the basement of the family home, and there's a scrying pool built into the ground, and so I light a couple candles, and then eventually a picture of wherever. What did I name my cousin?
Kavita.
Kavita. I kept wanting to say Katrina, and that didn't work. Kavita, I see in the scrying pool, so I'm trying to figure out where she is so that I can bring her in, as it were. But we don't need to answer that question right now.
Oh, that's awesome. I really like that. And then
can I edit the panel just for a second and have those
sure.
side by side? So like as on one side of the page, as I'm going up the stairs, he's going on the other side, he's going down, and so it's like
oh, that's visual.
Left, I'm up in the attic opening that thing, and bottom right,
that's wicked.
Right.
I love that whole page layout idea. It's really, really cool. So then turn to last page, and we see a computer screen. It's like a Chromebook type deal, right? It's got the Peach logo on it, though, and see it's in the font of the Hope Prep Elementary, the Caller, the Gazette. I can't remember. I got to check what the name of the paper is, and it says debut of the Halcyon City Guardians, and there's a bunch of text that's written. The Caller. Thank you so much. It's a bunch of text written. And then we pull back and we see over Ruby's shoulder, she's got her little cool desk set up, all IKEA style and everything. And then she pulls up her phone and She's like flipping through, and it's got, you know, it's cabled in, so she's transferring photos over, and she flips, and we see pieces of the fight from before in that frame, and then she comes to one and she pauses, and it's Super Elizabeth kissing Ashley, and she pauses on it, and there's like 2 panels, and then she reaches down, and the next thing you see is delete OK or cancel, and she presses OK. And that'll be the end of our session. That will be the end of our session. So we have cool end of session stuff to do. The end of every session, each of you get to choose one. Grow closer to the team, grow into your own image of yourself, or grow away from the team. We will start with Paul. Viridian, did you grow closer, grow into your own image, or grow away from the team?
This time, I think I'm going to pick into my own image.
Absolutely. That really seems super cool. Explain how you see yourself and why, and then you shift one label up and another down.
Okay. I actively defended my right to the legacy that I have, you know, to my own legacy. And I see myself as being even more firmly entrenched in that. And I'm going to raise my freak, because magic, and lower my mundane. And that's done.
Thank you very much. And we will next go with Jen. Seraph, did you grow closer, grow into your own image, or grow away from the team?
Always definitely not how I'm feeling about this session. It's tough. If I chose that I grew closer to the team, I'm not sure who made me feel welcome. Felt like we were pretty solidly working together, though. That was cool. Could you come back to me?
Yes, I sure can. Jan, for Atlas.
I would also say closer, I think.
Cool. Who made you feel welcome?
That's for me also a tough one, but I'm going to say Viridian.
All right. So then you give influence to that character. If he already has it, he gets to shift your labels. You get to clear condition or mark potential.
I will mark a potential, then I roll over. And also, in case Armature already had potential, when I made Armature my...
Yep. Armature needs to shift your labels then.
First Armature and then Viridian. Yeah.
Yeah. So
let's just do one of those. I'll let Armature have it.
Yeah, the whole declaring of rival I kind of like is let's do that.
Yeah, let's see what your stats are. That's a lot of ones.
Oh yes. And one -1.
Okay. No. Well, I don't think Armature feels that we're rivals. So I'm actually going to put Savior up.
Okay.
Or no, Mundane up, because I feel you were kind of...
Okay.
You showed some insight and kind of emotional insight, I thought, and growth. So, but I'm not going to take Superior down because You weren't too slow this time. Let's take Freak down.
Undoing what Rich has done to me earlier.
Cool. Last but not least, because we also have Jen to circle back to, we will ask Alex/Armature.
I'll quickly just. Did I take steps to make amends for my shame?
Not enough. For me.
No.
No, I didn't think so. I have to give influence to one of my teammates.
I don't have it.
You can have it then. There you go. You now have influence over me.
Okay.
And I think I'm actually going to go grow away from the team because I feel like, I feel a bit separate from the team. I think I've got my own weird thing, and it's it's distracting me from the group. And
Okay. I
mean, I've told people about it, but I don't think I've opened up a huge amount about it, how much it's affecting her at the moment. So,
Lovely.
so
Did your shifting?
I take influence away from.
Oh, right. Grow away.
another
Sorry.
character.
I misread. Yeah.
I just gave Viridian. I can't just take it off him again. That's just taunting. So, Atlas or Seraph.
Ooh, Atlas goes a rival. That'd be appropriate.
Okay, then, yeah. Let's. Yeah. We'll take it off. Atlas, you do not have influence over me.
Alright. Done.
And then Jen, feel good with making a choice? You're gonna roll a d6.
Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna grow into my own self-image, I think. This wasn't entirely a shifting of relationship with the team sort of session for me.
Mm-hmm.
So, so how does Seraph see herself now? Probably someone who's trying to bring more balance into her life and keep things more level, because she's been neglecting Lisbeth, and she hasn't quite seen what happens when that gets bad, but it feels like she has. It's just a strong reminder.
Nice.
So I think I'm gonna shift my freak down, and my ooh, what the hell? That's weird. Anyway, oh my god,
Oh no.
that's super weird. All right, and shifting my freak down to my mundane up.
Sounds good. All right. Good. So we are definitely at time. Although, like we always, like it's almost time. Me saying 4 o'clock my time is never time. So why do I say it's that? Like my brain always says we end at the hour, but we never end at the hour. Are you guys good for doing quick feedback?
Absolutely.
Give 10 minutes.
Good. If anybody needs to bail, go right ahead. Otherwise, we'll just do roses and thorns. Just roll through that, and then we will. We are all good for the 25th, correct? It's the second that I know we have no Jen, and Paul is only 90 minutes, right?
I am not here on the 25th.
Okay. No Atlas. Good to continue forward. Sans Atlas. Is that good for everybody?
Yes.
I guess he's 8-9.
All right.
Yeah, we never see him anymore now that he and Yun.
Is he glow whipped? Okay. Sorry, I couldn't resist. I should have resisted. Should have. I did not withstand that powerful blow of a bad pun. Okay. Let's do our thing with the feedbacks. We start with thorns. Started to say threads because I ran demigods the other day. And start with thorns, which are critique, feedback, missed opportunities, rules, confusions, or conflagrations, anything along those lines. Who'd like to go first?
Half thorn. I've got half thorn. I had an idea of how to start dealing with my shame, but then other stuff happened. It never kind of got around to that. So.
Understood. What do you think I should have done? Like maybe more focus or not run too many things going weird? Like I kind of stole them away from you by having them jump on top of Hazit's armor. So I cleared the deck there pretty quickly. Is that what?
No, it was more of a if we weren't in a urgent situation type of idea thing, rather than during. Like a,
okay.
It was a.
All right. Cool. Thank you.
It totally probably didn't involve invasive surgery.
It didn't. Currently.
Not yet. Paul, did you want to give us some thorns?
I don't feel very thorny about this session. I thought the situation was interesting. Thought everybody got a little bit of drama. There was even some kissing. So
There's 50% as much kissing as I was hoping for, but still 100% more than I feared might happen.
Yes, poor Atlas.
Oh, it's cool. It's cool. Thank you very much, Paul. Jen or Jan, who would like to go first?
I'm going to mirror Paul and say this was not a particularly thorny session.
Jan.
I have a thorn for our dice for today.
The dice loved me.
I mean, on the other hand, lots of people got lots of XP. I didn't roll that much, but I managed to still roll over with my going closer to the team. So
yep.
I got there.
Cool.
Yeah, other than that.
I suppose, Thorn, I don't know what to do with my advance.
That's a bad sign.
I have another rose thorn.
Uh-oh.
I thought we didn't have a huge amount of like player-on-player interesting interactions, but we had really good character interaction. You know, everyone had really good character moments, but not many of them were focused teammate to teammate.
Do you think I stole or robbed? Were there any points where I kind of intersected and caused that?
I think it's how it worked out. And as I say, we had some really good, character NPC moments. So I don't think we missed out on anything. But it just worked out that way.
Cool. Good. So Jan, will stick with you for roses.
I mean, we got some good. We actually did some planning this time. We had costumes on, but I especially loved our counterparts, loved ones from another dimension, playing with our heads. So yeah, good stuff.
Cool. Thank you. So then, Jen, what roses did you have?
Loved the character moments. I enjoyed it. It felt like we had a really good balance between all of the player characters for screen time and drama. I like the way the little plot came together at the end, and it was totally Kavita. That was fun. So yeah, no, that was A+ fun gaming.
Good deal. Thank you so much. Then Paul, what roses did you have?
One rose is that Viridian's cousin is actually kind of a badass, and he's gonna have to put the smackdown on her, but he doesn't expect it to be easy. So that's a good, strong, dramatic situation for me, and I like that very much. And I
Good.
liked that there was almost kissing for Atlas, and that the scene with Onyun was just painfully awkward and cute.
Very happy. I'm glad that scene happened. I didn't see it coming, and I'll hush because I need to hear roses from Alex.
You hit everyone with the drama. You really, I thought you did a great job at poking everyone's insecurities and with the alternate reality or our reality people and other such stuff. I thought you did a great job with that.
Thank you. Thank you.
And yeah, the Ashley Elizabeth alternate reality stuff was great, and the awkward, cute Atlas and Young stuff. And yes, she's a badass. The cousin.
Yeah.
And Rich, I wanted to compliment you on your little final page moment. It's kind of cool that Ruby is starting to take some life, and she did the appropriate thing in that moment, and I really dig that.
Yeah, I was wondering if you were going to end on a cliffhanger of just
I was
pausing
like,
over, like, is she
Yeah.
going to delete it or not? But then you're like, we have an ally. Cool.
I'm glad you guys like that. That was my first instinct with her, was like, no, she's going to not mention it because it's going to be awkward, and then she'll just clean it up afterwards. But then, like, I thought, should I be evil? And like, no, Ruby. That's my vision of Ruby as she is kind of forming and taking shape. Is that no, she's not going to do that to, not going to do that
To a guardian.
Yeah, to a guardian, to possibly a friend also, because you not even going to tell her unless things happen that would force her to have to. Good. I just want to say, first rose off top, thank you for actually kissing alternate reality Elizabeth. Like, I mean, 9 times out of 10, if I throw that out in a game with people who don't have like that kind of trust thing, they're like, oh, well, obviously I can't kiss, and it's going to be a thing where it gets awkward and we do a thing. But like, yeah, Ash just throwing in like, yup, I'll kiss her because wow. That was super awesome. I really enjoyed that moment of seeing Ashley give in, but is she giving in? It was cool. Glad.
Oh no, it's tough to define. So like, my girlfriend, is it not my girlfriend?
I know. Like next on so and so like daytime talk show, is it really cheating? I can see that now. We have a panel of people. It's totally a thing that needs to happen in Halcyon City. Wow, I super want to run that moment.
What's our Maury Povich for this?
Right.
The picture was deleted, man.
The picture was deleted. It didn't happen. It didn't happen because there are no pics. I was so excited, Alex, with your reaction when girlfriend cheated on me. Oh my god. We've totally got a whole session we need to plan out of that. The reaction from Armature of your shame showing up to try to save your butt. I've really liked that. Thank you so much for those reactions. That the revulsion acts on your face of like, no. That was awesome.
I'm just glad you didn't force me to call it, like, make me say, like, listen to Mummy or something. Like, don't make me say that, please.
I didn't.
Don't. Okay.
I could have. I didn't. And then I kind of hinted towards this, Rose, but wanted to rephrase or restate that Atlas going to talk to, like, there is such a nice moral center to Atlas that I have seen again and again and again. Like, he won't take the easy way. He won't be quiet when there's something that's wrong. When he figures out there's a problem, he tries to deal with it. It's really honorable and interesting, and I like it a lot. Atlas is one of my favorite characters you've played in a very long time, and it's a long list of characters I like. So that's awesome. Really enjoyed today's session. Very happy with you guys, and we can go ahead and bring it home. And we will see you all except for Jan next week. And then we're going to run.
Guys.
It's going to be a weird session after that. So, yeah, we're going to keep going, though. You guys have a great rest of your day.
You too.